Here we go. Everybody, it's the Nasty One here again. Welcome back to the next episode of the Buzzards franchise here in the 7th. Last episode, we took care of business against the last place Wide Loads, winning 7-1, giving Bon Bon her second win of the year as we won our third straight game in a row and are now above 500 for the first time this year at 4-3. With that done, we now enter our rest of our games this season are going to be against divisional opponents, so this is where the schedule starts to matter a lot more than it did in the first half of this, in the earlier part of the first half of the year. We're now entering a doubleheader today against the Crocodons, who are the division leaders currently at 5-2. We come in third place at 4-3, tied with the Jacks. On the mound for us today will be Trenton Deputy in Game 1. No record, a 4.50 ERA and a 1.17 whip. And on the mound for the Crocodons, it is their number 4 pitcher, Raul Strikes. He is 7th year vet, is tense. 0-1 with a 12.60 ERA and a 2.20 whip. Lineup for today's first game, Diaz will lead us off at second. Following him is the backup catcher, Jaden Norris. Giving Burnout a day off. Batting third out in right field is Worry Less, Spool Worry More. Batting fourth in left field is Buck Big Country Swiner. Batting fifth at shortstop it is Jameer Shoei. Batting sixth in center field is outfielder Wink Winkleson. Batting seventh, backup first baseman Atticus Macias. Batting eighth, third baseman Ed the Man Manning. And batting ninth is the pitcher Trenton Deputy. Let's get it on. Looking to keep our winning ways going as we head into a crucial doubleheader here that could put us back in contention for the division title if we perform well against the Crocodons. Historically, in the regular season, we don't do particularly well against them. So, looking to turn things around here. Crocs come in, they have boosted their power numbers through the roof, basically. It's even higher than ours. Contact is about the same level as ours. It's pretty good. Speed, about average at best. Defense, a little bit above average, about the same level as their contacts. That's pretty good. Starting rotation is really this team's weaknesses. They still haven't addressed that issue, but they have done leaps and bounds better with searching for bullpen talent, so that has much improved from last year. That was the one Achilles heel for the Crocs last year, was they had no starting pitching and no bullpen pitchers. All right, up here in the first, Diaz, Norris, and Worrymore. Let's get it on in Game 1 at the doubleheader. Diaz leading off, head of the class, hitting 250, 2 RBIs on the year for him. This will be the first batter to face strikes today. Raul on the year he is 0-1. He has a 12.60 ERA and a 2.20 whip. In his first start of the year, he only went 5 innings, giving up 7 earned runs, 9 hits surrendered, 3 of them homers, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Batting average against on the year for Raul is 375. That's where you get it on as he enters the start tense. Right down the middle with a heater. I can see why he did not do particularly well. 0-1. That one's down the middle as well, and that's lined to right field. You can get away with that once, but not twice, as that's going to ricochet off the sliding glove of Wonga. Base hit to lead off the game for Diaz. So that'll bring up 60-year catcher Jaden Norris, backup hitting 1 for 9 in the year. Outside pitch active for him here. Pick off to first, nothing doing as Diaz is back safely. Fastball but in, ripped by Norris in the hole past the diving third baseman. Base hit for him. First 2 batters on here to start the game for the Buzzards. And that'll bring up Worry Less. Spool Worrymore is now fully healed from his knee injury, hitting 250 on the year. Looking to break it open here against strikes in the first inning. Curveball slowly drifts inside from strikes. Ball 1. Changeup is in the dirt. 2-0 the count. Fastball to knees, chopper to second. Glenn flips it to Cardenas 1 onto first, double play. 2 down, runner at third as Strikes is back to neutral mojo, and that'll bring up left fielder Buck Big Country Swiner. 7th year vet showing off his new trait he acquired at the end of last episode, high pitch, which he got in the development role for his arm upgrade. He's hitting 323 on the year with 1 homer, 1 RBI, looking to improve that total here today. Fastball at the knees, 0-1 as he faces his old teammate, Raul Strikes, as both of them start this franchise on the Moose together. And he'll chase that one high and pop it up to third. Mustachio there, and he will put it away to end the inning as we fail to score despite 2 hits to start the game. Bottom 1, Wonga, Sosa, and Glenn do up first for the Crocs against Deputy. Leading off is 7th year right fielder Naru Bwanga in his 2nd year with the Crocs, hitting .464. No homers or RBIs yet on the year, as he's been at the top of the lineup all season. Here's the numbers for Deputy on the year. Trenton in his first start, he went 6 innings, giving up 3 runs in a quality start. 4.50 ERA with a 1.17 whip. He gave up 7 hits and struck out 3 batters. Batting average against at 318. He ended up getting a no decision, as that was the 16-inning marathon game against the Nemesis. We ended up losing 6-5. So he was not going to hit. The bullpen blew it behind him, basically. Lineup for the Crocs today: after Wanga, it is catcher Finley Sosa. Then it is second baseman Elsa Glenn. First baseman OG member Leanne Drive. Batting 5th in center field, on fire Hieronymus Jackson, another Moose teammate of Buck Swiner. Batting 6th, our former original third baseman Mario Mustachio. Batting 7th, our former second baseman, playing shortstop today, Demi Cardenas. She is tense. Batting 8th out in left field is our former outfielder Rolf Borgener, and Strikes will be batting 9th on the mound. First pitch from Deputy, fastball down in the way as the strike called at the knees. We're underway. Next pitch, changeup, ripped in the hole to second. Nice diving play by Diaz on the grass, makes the play to first, 1 out. That's going to bring up catcher Finley Sosa, hitting .409, 2 homers, 4 RBIs on the year for Sosa. First pitch, curveball down and in, grounded at the middle of the second. Diaz to his right, backhands it to first. In time, 2 down. Base is empty for second baseman Elsa Glenn, her second year with the Crocs, hitting .385 with high pitch active here. First pitch slider away from Deputy is ripped in the hole to left. That is a base hit. First hit of the game for the Crocs is a single for 2 outs by Glenn in the first inning. So that'll bring up OG first baseman Leanne Drive, hitting .333, 3 homers, 6 RBIs on the year for Drive. She is the last OG starter from opening day for the Crocodons here in the series, still in the lineup. No one on the bench is from the original team either, so yes, that is factual. First pitch fastball up and away from Deputy, blew it by Drive, 0-1 the count. Slider middle in, that's fouled back, 0-2 the count as Whiffer activates here for Drive. Change it down the way, chased it outside, strike 3. First punch out for Deputy, and that ends the inning. To the second, we're scoreless. Shoei, Winkelson, and Macias to appear against Strikes. Shortstop Jameer Shoei, the third-year player, leads off here in the second for the Buzzards, hitting .313. 3 RBIs on the year for Shoei. Strikes his first pitch changeup is inside, ball 1. Fastball low, 2-0 the count. Chase the changeup below the knees. Shoei fouls it off, 2-1. Curveball down and in. Shoei waits for it and hits it to left center field pretty well, but it's going to die at the warning track. Borgner makes the catch, 1 down. That'll bring up 4th-year center fielder outfielder Wink Winkelson, who hit his first home run of the season last episode, which was a 3-run blast. He's hitting .467 on the year with 1 homer, and now tied for the team lead in RBIs with 5. Change it down in the way, strike called, 0-1. Check swing up and in, strike on the called on the heater, 0-2 the count. Curl down and then is fouled back, 0-2 count to Wink. Fastball at the knees, chopped at the middle. Nice diving play by Glenn behind the bag, but she'll have no play at first. Infield single for the Wink as he's on with 1 down in the inning, and that'll bring up backup first baseman Atticus Macias, still starting for the injured Doherty, hitting .400 on the year with 2 RBIs. Change it down and in as a strike called, 0-1. Pick off to first, Wink back safely. Change away, chopped in the hole to second. Glenn cuts it off, has to go to first with the own fielder's choice. 2 down, runner in scoring position here for Ed the Man Manning. Third baseman hitting .375. 5 RBIs on the season for Manning. He's tied for the team lead with Winkelson, who's standing at second base. Fastball high, ball 1. Fastball at the knees. Manning drives at the right center. Will that get down? Not quite. It hangs up for Jackson to make the catch. And that will end the inning. Bottom 2, we're still scoreless. Jackson, Mustachio, and Cardenas do up here for the Crocs. Leading off is the on-fire center fielder, Hieronymus Jackson. 7th-year player's hitting .316 on the year with 3 homers, 10 RBIs. Really feeling himself as of this moment. First pitch curveball away. Low in the dirt, ball 1. Fastball at the knees. Blew it by him, 1-1. Change up and in. Check swing called strike. 1-2 the count. Slider up and away. Outside, 2-2. Good take by Jackson. Forcing him down and in. Chased it inside, strike 3. Second punch out of the day for Deputy. 1 down in the inning, and that'll bring up third baseman Mario Mustachio, our former OG third baseman. Hitting .367 with 1 homer, 6 RBIs as he's in his 4th year here with the Crocs in the series. Been here since year number 4. Curveball down and in is a strike called, 0-1. Fastball down and away, chopped to short, charging is Shoei. He'll make the play to first, 2 down. That'll bring up our former second baseman, Demi Cardenas, playing shortstop today for the Crocs. She is tense, hitting only .200 with 1 homer and 3 RBIs on the season. First pitch fastball low in the dirt. Ball 1 as that bounces under Norris's glove. Curveball down and in, low in the dirt, 2-0. Change up and in, Cardenas fouls it back, 2-1 the count. Slider up and away, check swing strike call, 2-2 the count now to Cardenas. Four-seamer away, blew it by her, strike 3, third punch out for Deputy, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. To the third, we're still scoreless. Deputy, Diaz, and Norris due up here against strikes as we look to start the scoring here. Pitcher Trenton Deputy's leading off. He's hitless on the air, but he does have an RBI. I think you got that in on a ground out if I remember correctly. Fastball low, ball 1. Fastball up, chopped through the middle, base hit for Deputy. That's his first hit of the year, and he'll be on to start the 3rd inning. Leadoff man on, and that'll flip the lineup over to Diaz. He singled in the 1st inning and was stranded at 3rd. Looking to come through with his 2nd hit of the game here. Fastball up, hard grounder to 2nd, under the diving Glenn's glove into right center field, into no man's land. Deputy takes advantage of that and makes it all the way to 3rd on the play. Runners at the corners with none down for Jaden Norris. Backup catcher singled in the 1st inning and was erased on a double play ball. Outside pitch is still active here for the backup catcher. Fastball up and in, strike called, 0-1 at the letters. Nice pitch from Strikes. Same spot, 0-2. Fastball down and in, chop to 3rd. Deputy coming home with it. He's in the rundown. And he'll be thrown out, trying to get back to 3rd on the fielder's choice, of course. 1 down, and that'll bring up Rory Less. 0-1 today as he's grounded into a double play earlier. Change it low, ball 1. Fastball up and away is high from Strikes, 2-0 the count. Fastball at the knees, Rory Less cracks it to right field, hit pretty well. Going back to the walls, Wonga, he's looking up. It is off the fence, and that will ricochet away from him for extra bases. Rory Less on his way to 3rd. He will get in there safely with a 2 RBI triple. Buzzards lead 2-0. Not a bad way to start the scoring as he makes up for the earlier double play ball. And that'll bring up Buck Swiner, Big Country. Popped out his first time up to shortstop. He is 0-1. Strikes now tense once more. Fastball up and in, almost hits his old teammate. Ball 1. Fastball up and away, line to left, right at Borgener, who has a good arm, so we will hold there at 2nd, as that was shallow as well. Definitely not scoring on that one. That'll bring up shortstop Jameer Shoei. Grounded out his first time up. He is 0-1. Curveball hangs on the first pitch. One hopper to short. Cardenas makes the play to 1st, and that will end the inning. But it is a 2-run inning for us as we get a triple from Rory Moore. 2-0 to the bottom of the 3rd. Borgner strikes Mwanga to up here against the Crocodons. For the Crocodons, I should say. Jesus. Leading off the inning is Borgner, left fielder, hitting .261, 1 homer, 5 RBIs on the year for the former Buzzards outfielder. Deputy now locked in after striking out 2 batters last inning. Change it down and in, strike called, 0-1. Fastball down and away, that's grounded to short, right at Shoei. He'll charge it and make the play to 1st, 1 down. Next up is pitcher Raul Strikes, who is hitless on the season. Fastball up and in, strike called, 0-1. Slider down and away, chopper to 2nd. Diaz charges, he'll make the play to 1st, 2 down. Base is empty for Wonga, he's 0-1 today. Grounded at the 2nd base his first time up. Pitch curveball down in the way, in the dirt, ball 1. Change up and in, Wonga takes it for a called strike, 1-1 the count. Four-seamer down and in, chased it low, 1-2 the count as Deputy's in the driver's seat here. Slider up and away, pop foul, out of play, we'll do it again, 1-2 remains the count. Change it down in the way, fouled off again, we'll Stay alive here at 1 and 2. Curveball down and in. Low in the dirt. Good take by Wonga. 2-2 the count. Seamer up and in. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Seamer up and away. Outside and high. Full count now as Wonga's working a really good at bat here. Down and in. Rips it up the middle on the ground. Base hit for Wonga. His first hit today. He is 1 for 2. And that will keep the inning alive with the 2-out single. So that's going to bring catcher Finley Sosa to the plate. He is also grounded out to second base today. He is 0 for 1. Speedy Wonga over at first is always a threat to steal, especially with Jaden Norris behind the plate who has no arm. Pick out the first runner was going. Good read by Deputy, and we got him in a rundown. Macias will tag him out, and that will end the inning as Wonga is caught stealing. To the fourth, it is still 2-0 as Deputy is scoreless through 3. Winkelson, Macias, and Manning due up. Winkelson leading off the inning here. Center fielder 1 for 1 today with a single. Fastball up and in. Strike called 0-1. Change it down and away is low. 1-1 the count. Fastball at the knees. Chopped through the middle. Base hit for Wink. His second today. He is 2 for 2. So he'll reach with a leadoff single. He's now locked in, and that'll bring up Macias. Atticus grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Fastball away, misses, ball 1. Pick off to first, nothing doing, is Wink back safely. Runner goes, fastball up and in, strike called, throw down by Sosa, low and drop by Cardenas, stolen base for Wink. Winkelson's 4th stolen base of the season. He is now 4 for 7 on the year, and if we look over at Wonga's numbers, that was his second time being caught stealing this year. He is 2 for 4 now. 1-1 count to Macias. Fastball down the middle, line through the middle, base hit past the diving Cardenas to center. Winkelson coming around third, he'll hold as he draws the throw. Runners at the corners with none down. Here's Ed Manning. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out, his first time up. Line out. He lined out to center field. Infield in to protect the runner. Change it back below the knees, ball 1. Fastball at the knees, pulled foul, 1-1 the count. Fastball up and away, line through the middle. Nice diving catch by Cardenas to save a run, 1 down. And that'll move the infield back to double play depth as that'll bring up the pitcher Deputy, who's 1 for 1 with the single. Corners in for the bunt. The rest of the infield is back normal. Fastball up and away, Deputy dumps it to right field, but that is going to hang up for Wonga to make the catch. 2 down in the inning as the runners have to hold. That'll bring up Diaz. He's 2 for 2 today. He singled off the diving second baseman last time up. He's 2 for 2 today. Fastball down and in is low from strikes. Ball 1. Curveball down and in. Pulled down the left field line. Will it stay fair? Not quite. 1-1 the count. Curveball up and in is inside from strikes. 2-1 the count. Heater up and away. 3-1 the count now as it's a good hitter's count for Diaz. Curveball down and in, pulled foul, full count. Runner at first will take off with the pitch. Changeup hangs, rip foul. We'll do it again. Fastball up, chop through the middle, base hit for Diaz. That's going to get it done on the manufactured hit and run. Macias hustling to third. He'll beat the throw from Jackson. 3-0 Buzzards. 3 for 3 day for Diaz now. Runners at the corners, 2 down for Norris, who popped out last time up. He's 1 for 2 with the single. Curveball down and in is low. Inside. Ball 1. Fastball up. Fouled off by Norris. Out of play. 1-1. Fastball up and away. Line by Norris to the gap right center field, but that hangs up for Wonga to make the catch, and that will end the inning. But the Buzzards get a 3rd run on the board thanks to Diaz's 3rd hit today. 3-0 to the bottom of the 4th. Sosa, Glenn, and Drive due up for the Crocs. Catcher Finley Sosa leads off as his at-bat never started last inning thanks to the pickoff. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second base. Fastball first pitch, grounded in the hole to left field. That is a base hit. Sosa's first hit today. He is 1 for 2. Leadoff man on for Elsa Glenn. She singled with 2 outs in the first inning to keep the inning alive. 1 for 1 today. First pitch curveball down and away from Deputy is low in the dirt. Ball 1. Pick off first, nothing doing as the runner's back safely. Resuming down and in, chopped up the middle. Shoei dives out of his reach into center. That's a base hit. Winkleson gets it in quickly. Runner holds it second. First two batters on with singles in the inning as that'll bring up Drive. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch change it down and in. Rip foul by Drive. 0 and 1 the count. Slider down and away. Chop the first. Macias fires the second in time 1. Diaz back to Macias, just late fielder's choice. Runners at the corners, 1 down for Hieronymus Jackson. He struck out swinging his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Big spot for Jackson. Let's see if he can deliver. First pitch four-seamer down and in. Blew it by him. 0 and 1 the count. Go down and in. Chop foul. 0 and 2 the count. Big pitch coming from Deputy here. Change up and in. Check swing inside. Good take by Jackson. 1 and 2. Rider down and away. Chop the second. This could be 2. Diaz charges. Flips the second 1. Shoei to first. Double play. And we get out of the jam. Deputy with the shutout through 4 to the 5th. It is 3-0. Hard to line up for the Buzzards here. Worrymore, Swiner, and Shoei. As we look to build upon this 3-run lead. Worrymore leads off. He tripled in our first 2 runs of the game back in the 3rd inning with a 2 RBI triple. Slider away, strike called, 0 and 1. Fastball inside misses, 1 and 1 the count. Fastball up and in, crushed by Worrymore to dead center field on the line. To the wall, it's off the fence. Another extra base hit for him. He'll be on with the leadoff double. 2 for 3 today now for Worrymore as he has had 2 extra base hits at the plate, and that'll bring up Big Country. Swiner 0 for 2 today. He is high pitch active still. He's now currently tense as he did ground into a double play ball last time up. Fastball up and away is high. Ball 1. Curve up and in. Sky to right. Over for it. Coming in is Wanga. Moved a step or 2 and he puts it away. 1 down as Worrymore hangs on at second. Swiner now 0 for 3 and that'll bring up Shoei who's 0 for 2. Shortstop is grounded out and flown out today. Curveball down and the way is in the dirt. Ball 1. Good take there by Jameer. Strike at the knees on the heater. 1 and 1. Fastball down and the way. Chopped in the hole to first. Backhanded by Drive. She'll flip the strikes. In time for the second out as Worrymore advances to third. That'll bring up Winkleson, who's singled twice today and stolen a base. He's also scored a run. He is locked in. Looking to bring in another run. Fastball up and in. Strike called. Good pitch from Strike. 0 and 1. Curveball hangs, lined in the center. That is sinking quickly, but nice sliding catch by Hieronymus Jackson to save a run. Bottom of the 5th, we're held scoreless. Mustachio, Cardenas, and Borgener are due up. Here's Mustachio, 0 for 1 day for Marios. He's due to lead off the inning. Change it down and in. Chop foul, 0 and 1. Receiver down in the way, grounded in the hole to third. Nice diving play by Ed Manning. He'll fire to first. 1 down. Next up is Cardenas. She's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second, her first time up. Slider away, outside, ball 1. Receiver inside, misses, 2 and 0. Change up and away. Fouled back by Cardenas, 2 and 1 the count. Receiver up and in. Popped up down the first base line, hooking foul. Macias going over. Makes the catch on the line, 2 down. That probably would have been fair if we weren't there. Base is empty for Borgner. Grounded out to shortstop his first time up. He is 0 for 1. First pitch curveball down in the way. Lined at the middle on the ground. Base hit for Borgner as he's on with his first hit today. That single keeps the inning alive for the pitcher slot strikes. Will they pinch hit for him here? He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second. They will pinch hit coming off the bench is backup outfielder, right fielder Ella Royds, the 7th-year player. Former Wide Loads outfielder, hitting .333. 1 homer, 2 RBIs on the season. Royds has homered off of our pitching staff here in the series. Notably, she hit a walk-off 2-run homer in our final regular season game against them last year off of reliever Hesto Despot to win the game in 10 innings. Slider outside misses, ball 1. Fastball down and in. Hard grounded to short right at Shoei. He'll make the play to first. Easy end to the inning as a Deputy has a shutout through 5. Coming out of the bullpen for the Crocs, it is second-year reliever right-hander Cosmo Bonilla. Started his rookie campaign with the Sirloins last year, and then he was released prior to the playoffs as the Sirloins were out of playoff contention. To the 6th, we're still down, up 3-0. Bottom of the lineup up, Macias, Manning, and Deputy to face Bonilla. Macias leading off 1 for 2. He grounded into a fielder's choice earlier, singled last time at the plate. He'll be the first batter to face the sophomore pitcher Bonilla. Cosmo on the year has made 3 appearances. He has no record, a 0 ERA, and a 1.24 whip. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, giving up 5 hits and 2 walks. He's also struck out 5 batters. Batting average against .238 on the year for Cosmo. Solid sophomore campaign for him so far. See us ready. Here we go. Fastball high, ball 1. Slider outside, misses. 2-0 the count. Strike up and in on the heater. 2-1 the count. Fastball down and away. Blew it by Macias. 2-2 the count. Slider up and away. Line softly to left. That's going to hang up for Borgener to make the catch. 1 down. Got to bring up Ed Manning. The man is 0 for 2 today. He has flown out. He is lined out and grounded out today. Slide down and in. Shot the 3rd. Easy play for Mustachio. 2 down. Now to bring up the pitcher slot Deputy. He flew out to right field last time up. He's also singled today. He is 1 for 2. Slider inside from Bonilla. Misses. Ball 1. Fastball at the knees. Line down the right field line. Off the leaping drives glove. And that is going to be the second hit of the game for Deputy. He is 2 for 3. This 2-out single will keep the inning alive here as we flip it to Diaz. 3 for 3 day for Class. He has singled in a run last time at the plate. Slider hangs on the first pitch, crushed to center field by Diaz. I think he just missed it though. There at the warning track is Jackson, and that will end the inning. Bottom of the 6th, we're still up 3-0. Wanga, Sosa, and Glenn do up against Deputy. Wonka leading off, 1 for 2 day for him. He was singled earlier. He was also picked off trying to steal second base. Fastball down and then is low, ball 1. The ball away, line to second. Nice dive by Diaz, but he just missed it. Second hit of the game for Wonga. He is 2 for 3. Next up is Finley Sosa, singled last time at the plate. He is 1 for 2. He's also grounded out once. Pick off to first, nothing doing. Change it down in the way. Strike called, 0-1. Pitch out, nothing doing. Pick off to first, nothing doing. Slider down and in. Line to 3rd. Nice catch by Manning. 1 down. Next up is Elsa Glenn. She has singled twice today and now is locked in. She's 2 for 2 today. Pick off first. Nothing doing. Ball down and away in the dirt. Good block there by Norris. 1-0 the count. Get down and away. Chop to short on the hit and run. Showy charges. No play at second. He'll go to first. 2 down. And that'll bring up Drive. He's 0 for 2 today. She has struck out and flown out. Four-seamer up and away. Outside. Ball 1. Good ball inside. Check swing strike. 1-1. Down and away. Fouled off by Drive. 1-2 the count. For active again here. Fastball up and in. Inside. 2-2. Change it down and in. Fouled off. 2-2 pitch coming again. Slider up and away. Drive lines at the center. Winkleson coming on. Makes the catch, and that ends the inning as Deputy has a shutout through 6. He's now on with the quality start to the 7th. Norris, Worringmore, and Swiner do up against Bonilla. So far, so good here in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Let's see if we can keep it going. Part of our lineup coming up here in the 7th. Here's Jaden Norris. Backup catcher's 1 for 3 today with a single. Flew out to right field last time up. Fastball outside misses from Bonilla. Ball 1. Check swing high. 2-0 the count. Fastball up. Blew it by Norris. 2-1 the count. High heater. 3-1. Fastball middle away, line to right field, and that's a base hit for Norris. His second hit today. He is 2 for 4. Leadoff man on here in the 7th. For the Buzzards, now to bring up Worry Less. He is 2 for 3 today. He doubled last time at the plate. He's also hit a 2-run triple. Slider outside from Bonilla misses. Ball 1. Fastball middle in, skied to right center. That's going to hang up for Wonga, who runs it down for the first out. One down runner at first. Here's Big Country, 0 for 3 today, intense. Fastball outside, misses. Ball 1. Slider middle of the plate, card grounder past the second baseman into right field. Nice diving attempt by Glenn, just late. First hit of the game for Big Country. He is 1 for 4. First and second, one down. Here's Jameer Shoei. Shortstop is hitless today, 0 for 3. Fastball up, line to center field. That's going to go right to Jackson. It makes the easy catch for the second out. Runner tags, and lead runner will get the third. Runners at the corners with 2 down. That'll bring up Winkleson, 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. Another RBI chance for Wink. Let's see if he delivers. Cutter low from Bonilla, ball 1. Fastball middle of the plate, hard grounder to right field, base hit for Wink. That's his 6th RBI of the year. 4-0 Buzzards as Norris comes in to score. First and second still 2 down. Here's Macias, 1 for 3 with a single. Slider inside from Bonilla, misses. Ball 1. Slider middle in. Macias skies at right center field. That's hanging up for Wonga. He'll run it down, and that will end the inning. But the Buzzards get another run thanks to Winkelson's 2-out single. 4-0 to the bottom of the 7th. Jackson, Mustachio, and Cardenas do up against Deputy. Here's Ronimus Jackson. Center fielder grounded into a double play last time up. He is 0 for 2 and knocked down to locked in mojo. First pitch fastball up and away. Popped up, shallow center. Winkelson coming in. Calls for it. And he'll make the catch, 1 down. Next up, Mustachio. He's 0 for 2 today. Change away, outside, ball 1. Slider down and in, misses, 2-0. Four-seamer down and away. Mustachio takes it for a strike at the knees, 2-1. Change up middle in, fouled off, 2-2 the count. Curveball up and away, outside and high, 3-2 the count. Seamer down and in, blew it by him, strike 3 swinging, 4th punch out for Deputy today. 2 down in the inning, and that'll bring up Cardenas, who's 0 for 2, intense still. First pitch change it down and in, check swing low, 1-0. Four-seamer up, line to right center field, that's hit pretty well. Winkelson going back, will run it down though, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Deputy. So he's got a shutout through 7th. To the 8th, it is still 4-0. Manning, Deputy, and Diaz do up. Ed Manning leading off, the man is 0 for 3 today. Bonilla stays in to start the inning here in the 8th. Cutter up and away, strike called, 0-1. Slider low, 1-1. Fastball hangs, line to left center, base hit for Manning. His first hit today, he is 1 for 4. Leadoff man on in the 8th for the Buzzards, and that'll bring up the pitcher slot, Deputy. 4-0 lead, he is 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. That'll do it for Bonilla. Coming out of the bullpen is closer Kaysen Mason, who was picked up in free agency from the wide loads. Mason on the year is 0-1 in 3 appearances. He's given up 2 earned runs for a 3.60 ERA and a 1.20 WHIP. He's recorded 2 saves, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits surrendered, 2 walks, and he has struck out 6 batters. Batting average against on the year is .211, so he's recorded the save twice, and the 3rd time he blew it. Took the L. See how he does here. Fastball up, strike called, 0-1. Runner goes, fastball from waist, draw outside, throw down to second. Late, stolen base for Ed Manning. First of the year for Ed, he is 1 for 1 on steal attempts this year. 1-1 count to Deputy here as the infield still playing the bunt. Bunt shown, drop down, foul, 1-2. Fastball down and in, line to short, 1 hopper. Cardenas makes the catch, actually. Keeps it from hitting the ground. 1 down, runner still at second. Here's Diaz, 3 for 4 today. He has singled 3 times, driving in a run. Flew out the center last time up. Fastball at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Curveball ripped down the line, just foul, 0-2. Curveball down in the way, pulled foul again. Diaz still behind in the count, 0-2. Curveball down in the way, grounded to second. Glenn will go to first with it, 2 down, as Manning advances to third on the play. And that'll bring up Norris with the RBI chance. Catcher 2 for 4 today, he has singled twice. Fastball up in the way, strike called, 0-1. Slider away, ripped into left field, but it's right on the line at Borgner, and that ends the inning as the Buzzards fail to score. Bottom 8, it's still 4-0 though. Borgner, Mason, and Wanga do up against Deputy. There's Borgner, 1 for 2 today with the single. Ball at the knees, grounded to third. Manning there makes the play, on to first, 1 down. Next up, Case and Mason, hitless on the year. Will we see a pinch hitter? Yes, we will. It is backup catcher Roman Rhodes, the 7th-year player, former Moose player, another teammate of Swiner. 500 average, 1 homer, 4 RBIs in the year for Roman. Fastball up and away, strike called, 0-1. Slider down and in, strike called, 0-2. Ball down and away, popped up behind second base in shallow center. Showy out for it. Shortstop makes the catch, 2 down. That'll bring up Wanga, 2 for 3 today with 2 singles, as Deputy's now on fire. First change up and in is high, ball 1. Seamer away, left down the middle line to center. That is down for a hit. 3rd hit today for Wanga. He is 3 for 4. Deputy down to locked in. That'll bring up Sosa, 1 for 3 with a single. Ball down and then the first pitch. Runner goes. This is an easy stolen base for Wanga as he beats the throw safely on the called strike. 0-1. That is the 3rd stolen base of the year for Wanga. He is now 3 for 5. 1 for 2 today on steals. Change it down and away, outside to Sosa, 1-1. Slider up and away, high, 2-1. Four-seamer up and in, foul back, 2-2 the count. Seamer down and away, outside and low, full count now to Sosa. Slider inside, lined up the middle, base hit for Finley, and that's going to get through into center. Winkelson comes up throwing, but that's going to be a cut. RBI single for Sosa. It is 4-1. Crocs on the board. That'll bring up Glenn, 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. First slider down in the way. Strike called. 0-1. Four-seamer down in the way. Fouled off. 0-2 count to Glenn here. Change it down and in. Low. 1-2. Good take there. Curveball down and in. Chased it in. Oh, doesn't chase it inside. 2-2. Four-seamer down in the way. Grounded in the hole to first. Nice diving play by Macias. Taps the bag himself, and that will end the inning. But Deputy does give up the shutout and the 2-run single by the catcher Sosa. 4-1 now the scores. The Crocs are on the board. Coming out of the bullpen is right-hander Carla Tolbert, the 7th-year vet. To the 9th, it is 4-1. Heart of the lineup up for the Buzzards as we look for some more insurance runs. Worrymore, Swiner, and Showy. Leading off the inning is Worry Less Spool Worrymore. 2 for 4 today. He has tripled in 2 runs and doubled today. Flew out to center last time up. Coming out of the bullpen is 7th-year veteran Carla Tolbert, hitless on the year. Or no record on the year, sorry. In her 5 appearances this season, she's given up 2 earned runs for a 2.84 ERA and an 0.95 whip. She's pitched a team-leading 6 and a third innings in relief. 3 hits surrendered, no homers, 3 walks, and she has struck out 7. Batting average against is 136. She also leads the bullpen in strikeouts this year. Looking to shut the door here in the 9th. Fastball up and in, strike called, 0-1. Fastball high from Tolbert, misses ball 1. Fastball up line to second, right at Glenn, 1 down. Just realized Tolbert is another former teammate of Big Country who's up next. He's 1 for 4 with a single. This is like the Moose reject team at this point because they have, let's run this down for you. So they had Roman Runs who pinch hit. He was a former Moose player. So was the starter Raul Strikes. Sancho Silvio out there in the bullpen is another one. That's 3. Tolbert is 4. And Hieronymus Jackson is 5. They have 5 former Moose players on this roster. Holy crap. That is a lot of Moose players. From the OG team as well. That was a hanger. I should have crushed it. 0-1. Chased it in the dirt. 0-2. Fastball up and in, ripped into right field on the line, but it goes right to Wanga, 2 down. Gotta bring up Shoei. He's 0 for 4 today. Shortstop not hitting well. Strike up and in on the heater, 0-1. Cutter up and away, blooper to right field, sinking, and it's off the sliding glove of Wanga. That is a hit for Shoei. His first hit today, and he was the last batter that needed a hit in our lineup today. Next up is Winkelson. He's 3 for 4, 3 singles and an RBI today. Currently locked in for Wink. Singled in a run last time up as he takes a fastball high, ball 1. Cutter low from Tolbert, 2-0 the count. Slider down and in, low, 3-0. Cutter down the middle, taken for a strike, 3-1 to Wink. Slider outside, ball 4. First walk for Tolbert, first walk for the Crocs pitching staff today. First and second now, 2 down for Macias. First baseman 1 for 4 with a single. Should have crushed that changeup. That's a hanger, 0-1. Fastball inside almost hits Macias, 1-1 the count. Cutter up, lined in the center, base hit for Macias. That'll get it done. Coming around third and trying to score is going to be Shoei. He'll beat the throw from Jackson. 5-1 the score. RBI for Macias. Runners at the corners for Ed the Man Manning. The third baseman 1 for 4 today with a single. Cutter down and in, chopped in to hold a second on the first pitch. Glenn to first. That ends the inning. Buzzards, though, get an insurance run back as it's still a 4-run lead. 5-1 to the bottom of the ninth. Drive Jackson and Mustachio due up. His deputy done after 8 innings. Gives up 1 earned run on 8 hits, 4 strikeouts. Good quality start for deputy as he's in line for the victory. Let's see if the bullpen can slam the door here. Drive due to lead off, 0 for 3 today. We are going to double switch here. I'm going to take Manning off and bring in Turtle Soto to play third base. So let's go ahead and do that. Coming on out of the bullpen is going to be, who needs it? Yeah, okay. It's going to be a left-handed specialist, Finley Holcorn, the second-year reliever. He'll take over on the mound as Soto will take over at third base as part of the double switch. Holcorn on the year has made 2 appearances, taking the loss in that 16-inning marathon game against the Nemesis in relief, ironically, of deputy. 3 ERA and a 0.67 whip in 2 games. He's given up, pitched 3 innings, giving up an earned run. 2 hits surrendered with 4 strikeouts recorded. Batting average against 167 on the year. First pitch fastball down and in. Strike called to drive, 0-1. Curveball down and away. Check swing outside, 1-1 the count. Slider up and in. Drive takes it for a check swing strike. 1-2 as Whiffer activates again. Seam up and away. High. 2-2. Change it down and in. Fouled off. Stay alive at 2-2. Slider down. Grounder to short. Right at Shoei. He'll charge it and make the play to first. 1 down. Next up, Hieronymus Jackson. Center fielder is 0 for 3 today. Still looking for his first hit of the contest. First pitch 4-seamer up and in. Turned on and ripped down the left field line. It is gone as it dings off the foul pole. Home run for Jackson, his 4th of the year. That makes it a 5-2 game. Holcorn served him up a batting practice fastball up in the zone. Next up, Mustachio 0 for 3 today, but specialist is working against him here. First pitch to him, a curveball down and away. Low, ball 1. Holcorn's weakest pitch is his fastball, as he has no velocity in his arm. Fastball down and in is a strike called, 1-1. Change up and away, check swing strike, 1-2 the count. Slider down and away, swung through it, strike 3. First punch up for Holcorn, good bounce back, 2 down in the inning. Now to bring up Cardenas, 0 for 3 today, intense. She's the last chance for the Crocs here, trying to keep their hopes alive. First pitch change up down and away, strike called, 0-1. Slider down and in. Hit foul, 0-2 the count. Four-seamer up and away. High, 1-2. Good take by Cardenas. Curveball up and in. Fouled off. Still 1-2. Fastball down and away. Grounder in the hold of second. Diaz over for it. Fields it cleanly to first. That'll end the inning as Cardenas gets hurt on the play, but that'll do it for us as the Buzzards take game 1 of the doubleheader here. 5-2 the score. We'll have a check at what injury Cardenas had here in a second. We'll see how serious it was. We're not going to know the exact injury, unfortunately, because it was the last out of the game. But a good pitching performance today from Deputy as he takes a shutout into the 8th inning before giving up a run. Crocodiles then had a garbage time home run there from, can't remember his name, and he just hit it, Hieronymus Jackson. But our offense did show up, drove in some runs when we needed to, and got the job done again. Everybody in the starting lineup got a hit today. Only people who didn't get hits were Holcorn and Soto because they did not bat. 2 RBIs today for Worrymore on a triple, 1 for Diaz on a single, 1 for Winkelson on a single, and 1 for Macias on a single as well. On the other sides for the Crocodiles, hitless today were Drive, Mustachio, Cardenas, Strikes, as well as Rhodes and Roids. RBIs, solo home run by Jackson there in the 9th inning, and an RBI single by Sosa in the 8th. Pitching lines, Deputy 8 solid innings for the quality start, 8 hits given up, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. He improves to 1-0 in the year. Holcorn pitches the 9th inning, only giving up the solo bomb there to Jackson, striking out a batter. And on the other side for the Crocs, 5 innings out of roll strikes, 10 hits given up, 3 earned runs, infinitely better than his first start of the year. Unfortunately, he takes the loss 0-2 as the Crocs offense did not show up. Bonilla, Mason, and Tolbert combined for 4 innings of relief work, 2 runs given up, 1 by Bonilla and 1 by Tolbert, 1 walk for the staff that went to Tolbert as well. Player of the game is Trenton Deputy for his pitching performance, 8 quality innings. Following him is Worrymore, who had the 2 for 5 day, a 2 RBI triple, and a double. And then Winkelson with his 3 hit day, driving in a run, scoring a run, and also stealing a base. Not bad at all as we take game 1 here of the episode. Still got 1 more to play as this is a doubleheader, unfortunately. So it's a long one. Buckle up. Take a bathroom break, grab some snacks. We do some in-between maintenance here for between the games to see how things are going. Alrighty, let's look around the league here real quick. Miguel Duke signs to the hot corners as they pick up the veteran reliever, replacing long reliever Rachel Barb. B will sign up veteran Joanna Heater as she'll replace Kent Rather as well, the long reliever. Daniel Hurls gets +1 contact on a random roll. Nice to see it. Ed Manning also gets +1 contact on a random roll as he now increases his overall to a B. Good job, Ed. Nice to see it. Rodney Park is picked up by the Sirloins as the veteran shortstop replaces Nora Holmes, the utility player. That's it. Okay. Let's have a look at let's sim up to our next game here first. See how things pan out in the simulation. As we get ready for the second half of this doubleheader here. We're now in a 3-way tie for the division lead. Love to see it. Moonstar shut out the Moose here 4-0. Blowfish are going to hold off the Sirloins to win 6-4 as they give up a late home run there, but hold the lead. Platypi take care of business against the Jacks 7-1. Overdogs lose in 10 innings as they choke it away to the B-Wolves 4-3. So they now fall to 3-5 in last place in our division. Herbivores win 9-1 easily over the Sawteeth. Sirloins rally and defeat the Freebooters 4-2. Hate to see it. Platypi destroy the Nemesis as well, winning 9-3 as that leaves a 2-team tie atop the division. Overdogs win in the final game of the Sim 5-3 as they're now at 4-5. So everybody's within a game of a half of each other. We're tied for the division lead with the Crocodons, with the winner of this upcoming game taking sole possession of first place. Please let it be us. Here's the preview of the pitching matchup for Game 2. It'll be the Aces taking on each other. It'll be for us, Southpaw Jude Hokie, 1-1 with a 7.50 ERA and a 1.50 WHIP. And on the mound for the Crocs, Sancho Silvio, who threw a complete game shutout against us on opening day last season. 2-0 in the air with a 1.38 ERA and an 0.85 WHIP. Both teams come in at 5-3, so we're even in that regards. Looking at the player development options, we can't afford any of them, so we're definitely going to be saving by default. But what are we saving for? Let's have a peek. This is a dumb one for Deputy, way too high of a chance to get K-Dud, so pass. This one for Griffith would be nice if it sticks around. We'll think about that one. Not going to get enough for Winkelson. Might get enough for Hoagie because this is here for 2 games, so we'll see about this one. This one we're probably not going to be able to get, so I'm not even going to worry about it. This one for base. Ooh, that is a nice one with a good chance at Compose. I might want to save up for this one. And then this one for hurls, this one's going to be gone. I'm not even going to worry about this one. So it's between hokey and base on this one. Between the two, I like bases more because it's the higher chance for composed. We just need to hope it hangs on through this next game because it is already a 25% chance to expire. If it's still here, definitely going to snap this up because this is a really good upgrade for him. His accuracy is his weak point. Alrighty, let's check the Crocodile's roster to see what happened to Cardenas. How bad was the injury? She was running to first base. I don't think it says, actually. Where's her card? Yeah, it's not going to tell us here, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, yes it will, actually. Let's see. Okay, alright. Judging by that, it looks like a 1 or 2 bar injury. Probably a 2 or 3 bar injury, so she probably either tweaked her groin or she pulled a hamstring. That's probably the likely options because she was running to first base. I don't think she got injured tripping over the bag because that has happened. We'll have to see if she's in the lineup today for the Crocs. Anyway, here's our lineup for Game 2 of the series. Leading off will be Winkelson at first base. First base, you say? I mean, I know he's a utility man, but are you sure about that? Here, Chief, are you sure that's a wise move there, Cotton? Because Macias is hitting all right. I mean, he's not horrible. Okay. Let's. I'm actually gonna make the executive decision here. I'm gonna move Worrymore to back to right. Mahoney's gonna go to left, and I'm gonna put Winkelson back in center and put Macias back in the lineup at first base. Yeah, that seems like a better idea. Okay. Alrighty, so Winkle lead off in center locked in, then it's Diaz at second, Shoei at short, Worrymore out in right, Oliver behind the dish back in there at catcher, Mahoney in left starting for Swiner, Macias over at first base, and Manning in at third base with Hokie on the mound. Let's get it on as we jump into Game 2 of this doubleheader. Should be an interesting game here. Let's see how this one turns out. This one will decide which team will have the division lead going into next episode. Will it be us or will it be the Crocs? Right now it's a 2-team tie, so let's find out. We're also going to check to see if Cardenas is starting, see if the injury was bad or not. Alrighty, Winkelson, Diaz, and Shoei will be up first here for the Buzzards in the first inning. Cardenas is not in the starting lineup, so it must have been serious enough to cause some damage. Because Mustachio slid over the shortstop, and backup first baseman Teodoro Jensen is in there at third. Okay, Winkelson, Diaz, and Shoei up first against Silvio. Wink leading off, locked in, hitting .500, 1 homer, 6 RBIs on the season, 3 hits in the first game for Wink. So he'll be facing the ace Silvio today. Sanchez Silvio in her 7th year is 2-0. She has a 1.38 ERA and an 0.85 whip in her 2nd year with the Crocs. 3 runs given up, 2 earned. 2nd year is the ace as well, 13 innings pitched. 9 hits surrendered, 2 walks, 2 home run balls, and 15 strikeouts recorded to lead the team. Batting average against is a .180 on the year. Silvio averaging just over 6 1/3 innings a start. Looking at the Crocs. Okay, so yeah, Cardenas took a 2-bar. She's down to 2 bars of health. So yeah, she pulled a hamstring running to first base. That's what happened. Tweak groin would only have taken her down to, I think, 3 bars. So yeah, she pulled a hammy. Alrighty, here we go. Curve up and away outside from Silvio. We're underway. 1-0 the count. Change up inside. Oh, that's a strike. 1-1. Fastball outside is high. 2-1. Heater outside. 3-1. Curveball up. Strike called. Full count now from Silvio. Fastball up, line to right. Nice diving attempt by Glenn, but it is down for a hit. Winkelson on to start the game with a single. Now to bring up Class Diaz. Head of the class is batting second today, hitting .310 with 3 RBIs on the season. He had 3 hits in Game 1 as well, as Elroyds is behind the plate today for the Crocodiles, not Finley Sosa, so there is no arm behind the plate. Fastball up. Diaz skies it to right field. Back for it is Wanga. He will make the catch easily. 1 down. Leading next up is shortstop Jameer Shoei. He went 1 for 4 in the first game. Hitting .297, 3 RBIs on the year. Fastball up line to center field as Shoei delivers a line drive single. He is 1 for 1 to start his day here in Game 2. 2 on, 1 down for the Buzzards as we're threatening here. That'll bring up where he last spoke. Worrymore had a 2 RBI triple in the first game, which were his first 2 RBIs of the year. Hitting .294 with 2 RBIs. He also had a double in that game, so he went 2 for 5. Pick off to second, nothing doing. His wink back safely. Change it down, pulled foul, 0-1. Pass up and then blew it by him, 0-2 the count as Whiffer activates. Forkball down, line to center field. Worrymore's going to deliver a base hit. Coming around third is Wink. He's going to try and score. Here's the throw from Jackson. Just late. It is a double for Worrymore. 1-0 Buzzards. Next up, Burnout. Catcher did not start Game 1 as he sat out to rest. Hitting .364, 4 RBIs on the year for the 4th-year catcher. Looking to deliver some more RBIs here. Fastball down and in is low, ball 1. Silvio already tense here. Strike up and in on the heater, 1-1. Fastball up and away, line down the right field line, into the corner it goes, and that's going to be an extra base hit here for Burnout. Are looking for 2. Here's the throw from Wanga. Just late. 2 RBIs on the play by Burnout as he's now tied for the team lead at 6. 3-0 Buzzards in the first, and that'll bring up right fielder Carter. Balls Mahoney playing left field today. In for Buck Swiner, hitting .375, 1 homer, 2 RBIs on the year for Balls in his 6th year in the league. Fastball high, ball 1. High again from Silvio, 2-0 the count. Forkball hangs, sky by Mahoney to right center, back for Wanga. Next catch for the second out as Oliver tags for third. Here comes the throw in, just late, and dropped anyway by Jensen. 2 down, runner at third for Macias. First baseman had 1 hit in the first game, hitting .400, 3 RBIs in the year as he went 1 for 5 in that game. Curveball down, line to center, right into Jackson's glove, and that 3 in the first as we take an early lead. Bottom 1, Wanga, Glenn, and drive to appear against Hokie. Leading off, right fielder Niru Wanga. He had 3 hits in the first game, hitting .500 now in the season. He also stole a base, was picked off trying to steal another time. He'll be the first batter to face our ace, Jude Hokie, on the year. Hokie 1-1 as he took the win last time out, a 7.50 ERA and a 1.50 WHIP. In his 2 starts, he's thrown 12 innings, averaging 6 innings a start. 10 hits surrendered, 10 earned runs surrendered, 16 hits total. 2 walks, 2 homers, 13 strikeouts, and a batting average against a .320 on the year. First pitch fastball down and in, fouled off, 0-1. Curveball away, pulled foul into the left. Down the line, Mahoney in, watches it drop, 0-2 the count. Slider down and in, chased it, check swing inside, 1-2. Oh, right, I forgot. Lineup for Crocs after Wanga, it is second baseman Elsa Glenn. Then 10's first baseman Leanne Drive, batting 4th in the lineup. Third baseman Teodoro Jensen, the backup first baseman. Batting 5th, shortstop Mario Mustachio, sliding over for the injured Cardenas. Batting 6th in left field, Borgener. Batting 7th in center, Jackson, who had the home run in the first game of the episode. He's still locked in, and batting 8th behind the plate is Ella Royds, who pinch hit in the first game. Fastball up and in, chased it high, strike 3. First punch up for Hokie, 1 down. Next up, second baseman Elsa Glenn, hitting .412 on the year. 2 hits in the first game for Glenn. Curveball down in the way in the dirt, ball 1. She went 2 for 4 in that game. Receiver down, check swing, strike called, 1-1. Slider up and away, strike called, 1-2. Change it down and in, check swing low, 2-2. Good take there by Glenn. Receiver down in the way, fouled off, we'll do it again. Slider middle in, grounded up the middle, base hit for Glenn. Her first hit today, she is 1 for 1. We'll be on with 1 down in the inning here in the first. Now we'll bring up first baseman Leanne Drive, who was hitless in the first game. Or she had 1 hit maybe, hitting .290, 10s with 3 homers, 6 RBIs on the year. First pitch fastball up, fouled off, 0-1. Change it down and in, fouled off, 0-2. Whiffer versus K-Man, who will win this battle. Slider down in the way. K-Man as she whiffs through it. Second punch out of the game for Hokie, 2 down, and that'll bring up backup first baseman Teodoro Jensen playing third base today for the Crocs, hitting only .217 with 1 homer and 4 RBIs. Change it down and away, outside, ball 1. First seamer down and in, chop the second. Diaz charges, will make the play to first in time, and that ends the inning. Hokie puts up a 0 in the first. To the second, it's 3-0. Manning, Hokie, and Winkleson do up here for the Buzzards in the second. Leading off is Ed the Man Manning. 1 hit in the first game for Ed. He went 1 for 4, hitting .345. 5 RBIs on the year for him. Silvio still tense after the 3 runs in the first inning. Fastball low, ball 1. Change it down, turned on and ripped by Manning to right field. Hit pretty well. Back at the wall, Wonga will watch it hit off the wall as Manning will make that a double. He's in scoring position to start the inning. Next up is the pitcher Hokie, who's still hitless on the year. Corners in on the bunt as the bunt is shown by Hokie. Bunt is dropped down, and that will be a good sacrifice as the runner reaches third. Almost an infield single for Hokie if he was a little bit faster. 1 down, and that'll bring up Winkleson, 1 for 5 with a single to start the first inning, and he also scored a run. Still locked in. Fastball away, blew it by him, 0-1. Fastball down and then blew it by him again, 0-2. Forkball down, chopped through the middle. Seeing eye single, nice diving play by Mustachio, but it's an infield hit for Wink. 4-0 Buzzards, as that is his 7th RBI of the year to lead the team. Next up, Diaz 0 for 1. Flew out to right field his first time up. Change up in there at the knees, 0-1. Runner goes. Fastball blown by him, swung through it, 0-2. Throw down late. 5th stolen base of the year for Winkleson. He is now 5 for 9 on the year. Or sorry, I can't math. 5 for 8, Jesus. 0-2 count to Diaz here. Curveball down, pulled down the left field line. Foul by Diaz. 0-2 remains the count. Fastball at the knees, lined in the center. Jackson slides off his glove on a hop, and that's going to be a single for Diaz. Runners at the corners, though, 1 down. Shoei up next, singled his first time up. He is 1 for 1. Fastball but in line through the middle. Base hit for Shoei, and that's going to drive in his 4th run of the year as Winkleson trots him from third. It is 5-0 Buzzards. Second run of the inning for us as Shoei's now locked in, and that'll bring up Worrymore. Doubled in a run in his first at bat. He's also scored a run today as well. Silvio now rattled out there on the mound. Curveball at the knees, ripped into left field, base hit over the diving Jensen. Bases will be loaded here with 1 down. Buzzards looking to pour it on and break it open here in the second as RBI man Burnout is up next. 2-run double his first time up. Let's see what he does here. Fastball inside, strike called, 0-1. Curveball away, lined in the center, right at Jackson. Makes the catch for the second out. Lead runner tagging. Throw coming in from Jackson is late. Sack fly for Oliver, his 3rd RBI today. 6-0 Buzzards, as he's now tied with Winkleson for the team lead with 7 on the year. Mahoney flew out his first time up. He is 0 for 1, looking to keep the inning alive here in the second. Change up outside from Silvio, misses, ball 1. Fastball but in, line to left center, and that's going to break it open as Mahoney finds the gap in left center. Ball's already on his way to second with the extra bases double. 2 runs coming in to score. It is now 8-0 Buzzards as we bust it open in the second. That is our 5th run of the inning. Here's Macias 0 for 1. Fastball at the knees, strike called, 0-1. Heater inside, 1-1. Fastball up, blooper to left field, diving over Mustachio's glove. That is in for a hit. Runners at the corners with 2 down. Inning continues as we bat it around. Here's the man who started the inning, the man, Ed Manning. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Change up inside, strike called, 0-1. Forkball at the knees, line to center field, and Manning drops in his 2nd hit of the inning, and he'll drive in a run. It is 9-0 Buzzards. So that is our 6th run of the inning. Next up, Hokie. Sack bunt his first time up, so no official at bat today for Jude. Now the question becomes, how long do you leave Silvio in if you're the Crocodile's manager? Do you let her ego continue to get destroyed, or do you just take her out now and cut your losses? Fastball away, strike called, 0-1. Chased it up and away, 0-2 to Hokie. Fastball up, line to left field, a base hit for Hokie, his first hit of the year. That's going to load the bases. Still 2 down in the inning, and here's Winkelson. He singled in a run his first time up this inning. He's also scored and stolen a base. He scored twice today, actually. Changeup away, misses, ball 1. Forkball in the dirt, 2-0. Not looking good. Fastball down the middle, lined into center field. That is in for a hit. 1 run is already in. Coming around third is Manning. He'll try and score, and he will. It's 11-0 as the Buzzards get 2 more runs. That is now 8 in the inning. Here's Diaz, 1 for 2 with a single. Winkelson now is the team leading RBIs with 9. Fastball high, ball 1. Heater inside, 2-0 to Diaz. Check swing inside on the heater, 3-0. Changeup in the dirt, ball 4. First walk for Silvio today. Bases loaded with 2 down. Here's Shoei. He singled in a run in his first at bat this inning. He's 2 for 2. He's now locked in. Fastball up and away. Strike called. 0-1. Curveball away. Misses. 1-1. Heater inside. Strike called. 1-2. Curveball up and away. Line to Silvio, who finally makes the catch to end the inning. But the Buzzards put up 8 runs on 11 hits in the inning, and it is now 11-0. Bottom 2. Mustachio, Borgner, and Jackson due up as this one just got turned into a rout. Here's Mustachio hitting .324, 1 homer, 6 RBIs on the year for the shortstop, facing Hokie. Fastball up high, driven to left center field by Mustachio, but he just missed it. Winkelson there for it. He'll put it away, 1 down. Next up is Borgner, former Buzzards left fielder, hitting .269, 1 homer, 5 RBIs on the year. First pitch to him is a curveball down and in the dirt, ball 1. Swing up and away high, 2-0. Slider at the knees, fouled off, 2-1. Changeup hangs, blooper to left center field. Mahoney coming over, makes it there in time, 2 down. Next up, Jackson, center fielder locked in. He had a home run at the end of the first game this episode, hitting .304 with 4 homers on the year and 11 RBIs. First pitch slider down and in, chop foul, 0-1. Forcing up and away, blew it by him, 0-2 the count. Curveball down and away, in the dirt, 1-2. Up, blew it by him, strike 3. Second punch out of the game for Hokie, and that ends the inning. To the third, it is 11-0 still. Worrymore, Oliver, and Mahoney due up. That was a 1-2-3 inning for Hokie as well. And here we go. The route is on, boys. Worrymore leading off 2 for 2 today. Double single and an RBI. Fastball outside, misses. Ball 1. Starts the third inning here for the Crocs. Inside, 2-0. This is a start she's going to wish she could forget. 3-0 now as that changeup is outside. Forkball in the dirt, ball 4. Second walk of the game for Silvio. Leadoff man on in the third. Next up, Oliver, 1 for 1. Doubled in 2 runs in the first inning and hit a sac fly in the second inning. 3 RBIs today for Oliver. Fastball up, swung through it, 0-1. Down and in, heater misses, 1-1. Fastball up, chopper to second. Glenn there, flips the second 1. Mustachio to first, double play. First bit of positive news there for Silvio. Now to bring up Mahoney, 1 for 2 today with the 2-run double last time up. Fastball at the knees, strike called, 0-1. Fastball at the knees, chopped off of Silvio's glove in the no man's land, charging Mustachio to first in time, and that ends the inning. First 0 on the board for Silvio. Bottom 3, it is still 11-0. Royd, Silvio, and Wonga due up here for the Crocodiles. Hokie's now at 3 strikeouts today, actually. My apologies, I thought it was 2. Royd's up first. Catcher today hitting .300, 1 homer, 2 RBIs. She pinch hit in game 1 and flew out in that at bat. Fastball down and away, strike called, 0-1. Hokie's already locked in here. Slider down and in, swung through it, 0-2 the count. Change up and in. Royd swings through it, strike 3. Fourth punch out for Hokie. 1 down in the inning. That'll bring up Silvio, who's rattled, getting her first at bat of the game, batting 200 on the year. And she is going to bat. They need her to keep pitching. Fastball in the dirt, ball 1. Curveball down and in, check swing low, 2-0. Changeup up, check swing strike, 2-1. Four-seamer up and away, swung through it, 2-2. Four-seamer up and in, blew it by her, strike 3. Third punch out in a row for Hokie. 5 now on the day, 2 down in the inning, and that'll bring up Wongo for 1. Ball away, chop back to the mound. Hokie fields it cleanly to first, and that's another 1-2-3 inning for Jude as he has a shutout through 3 to the 4th. It is 11-0. Macias, Manning, and Hokie due up here for the Buzzards. Macias leading off, 1 for 2 today with the single, as Silvio has to start the 4th inning here for the Crocs. Fastball outside, misses, ball 1. Remember, the Crocs had to use 3 relievers in the first game. They had to use Bonilla, their closer Mason, and also Carla Tolbert. So they only have 1 rested reliever in the bullpen. Curveball hangs, and Macias punches it in the center field on the liner. Second hit today for him. Runner on to start the inning, and that'll bring up the man, Ed Manning, who doubled in a run last time up. He's also singled, 2 for 2 today. Curveball at the knees, turned on by Manning and crushed to right center field. Hit pretty well. That's going to hang up for Wongo on the warning track, though. 1 down. Next up is Hokie. Pitcher singled his first last time up. He is 1 for 1. He's also hit a sac bunt today. Fastball down the middle, popped up down the left field line, hooking foul. In on it, Borgener. He will run it down. 2 down in the inning. Winkelson leading off. He's up next, sorry. 3 for 3 today. 3 singles and 3 RBIs on the day for Wink. Curveball at the knees, lined into right field base hit. Make him 4 for 4. He's on with his 4th single, and he's now on fire. Next up, Diaz, 1 for 2. Singled earlier, and he walked last time at the plate. As Silvio is finally pulled after 3 2/3 innings. She gives up 16 hits, 17 I think actually. 17 hits, 11 earned runs, 2 walks, and the 2 runners on base are her responsibility. This is payback for when you shut us out last year 6-0. May I present to you an 11-0 ass kicking. Next up is Carla, coming out of the bullpen is Carla Tolbert, who pitched the end of the first game of this doubleheader. Through a scoreless, she gave up 1 insurance run in the 9th inning. Tolbert on the year has made 6 appearances, giving up 3 earned runs, no record, a 3.68 ERA, and a 1.23 WHIP. 7 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits surrendered, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Batting average against 185. Cutter in there at the letters, 0-1. Fastball down and in, strike called, 0-2. Fastball inside, pulled foul by Diaz. He'll stay alive at 0-2. Cutter at the knees, turned on and pulled foul again. Will stay alive, 0-2. Changeup out in front of it at the knees, strike 3. First punch it for Tolbert, and that ends the inning. Bottom 4, it's still 11-0. Glenn, Drive, and Jensen drew up against Hokie. Here's Glenn, 1 for 1 today with a single. Good ball away. Ripped to third, right at Manning, and makes the catch on the liner, 1 out. Next up, Drive, 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging her first time up. Fastball down and in, blew it by her, 0-1. Slider middle away, fouled off, 0-2. Ball down and away, swung through it, strike 3. 6th punch up for Hokie today, 2 down in the inning. That'll bring up Jensen, who's 0 for 1. First pitch changeup up and into Jensen, strike called, 0-1. The ball hangs, driven by Jensen down the right field line. He got a good piece of it into the corner. Worrymore leaps off the wall, and that'll be extra bases for Jensen, as he's going to get a triple out of this. Worrymore gets it in, but it is a 2-out triple. Good swing by Jensen on the hang-in breaking ball, and that'll bring up Mustachio, who's 0 for 1 intense. First pitch curveball down in the way. Check swing outside. 1-0. First seamer up and in. Check swing inside. 2-0. Change it down and in. Fouled off. 2-1. Slider up. Ripped foul by Mustachio. 2-2 the count. Seam up and in. Blew it by him. Strike 3. 7th punch out for Hokie, and that ends the inning. Another 0 on the board. To the 5th, it is still 11-0. Shoei, Worrymore, and Oliver hard to line up for the Buzzards. Here's Shoei, 2 for 3 today. 2 singles and an RBI on the line so far for him. Fastball in there at the knees, 0-1. High heater, 1-1 the count. Low heater, 2-1. Fastball at the knees, line at the middle, base hit for Shoei as he's on with the single, his 3rd hit today. He's locked in. I'm going to bring up Worrymore, 2 for 2 today. Double single and a walk so far today, driving in a run. Fastball and in, strike called, 0-1. Change up low, 1-1. Chased it outside, grounder to second. Glenn flips the second one. Oh, it's safe as, he beat the throw, but he is hurt. Another injury for us. That is our 4th injury this season. Oliver up next, 1 for 2 with a double and 3 RBIs today. Let's check it. Shoei inflamed his Achilles. That is a massive injury. He's going to be out for a long time as well. He's going to miss 5 games. Shit. So first it was Worrymore. He tore his meniscus. Then it was Doherty. She dislocated her shoulder. And now Shoei's inflamed his Achilles. That is our 3rd different starter to suffer an injury this season. Shit. Okay. All right, who can play shortstop? Winkelson and Manning. Okay. I don't like either of those options, so we're going to go to Turtle Soto, the rookie. He will take over at shortstop as he's a utility player that has utility, so he doesn't lose his fielding. So rookie will take a pinch run there at second base for the injured Shoei, but that fielder's choice. Everybody is safe. 2 on, none down for burnout. RBI man active for burnout. He's already driven in 3 runs today. Let's see what he does here. Heater inside, misses, ball 1. Cutter up, strike called, 1-1. Fastball middle of the plate, driven to left center field, hit pretty well. That's going to hang it for Jackson. No, 1 down. Good effort there by Burnout. Just couldn't quite get it in the gap. Runner still at first and second. 1 down for Balls Mahoney. 1 for 3 today with a 2-run double. Cutter high. No one in the zone. Ball 1. Change it down and in. Pulled foul. 1-1. Slide up and in. Blew it by Mahoney. 1-2 the count. Change with the knees, pulled foul, still 1-2. Slider away, hard ground up the middle, base hit for Mahoney, and that's going to load him up here as everyone holds. Bases loaded, 1 down. Here's Macias, 2 for 3 today with 2 singles for the first baseman. Cutter up high, ball 1. Infield a double plate up there. High heater, 2-0. Fastball down the middle, chopped off of Tolbert's glove in the no man's land. Macias hustling down the line is thrown out, but it is an RBI ground out, 12-0. Second and third, 2 down for the man, Ed Manning, 2 for 3. He has doubled in a run and singled today. So flew out to right center last time up. Slider at the knees, cracked the right center field by Manning, but that's going to go right to Jackson, who makes the catch, and that will end the inning. But another run on the board for the Buzzards, as it's now 12-0. Bottom 5, Borgner, Jackson, and Royds due up. Here's Borgner over 1 day for Rolf. Rookie Turtle Soto in at shortstop for the injured Shoei. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Their ball away, outside, 1-1. Slider away, fouled off, 1-2. Change it down and in. Chased it inside, 8th punch up for Hokie. 1 down. Next up Jackson over 1. Fastball at the knees, low, ball 1. Curveball at the knees, Jackson pops it up to third, Manning there behind the bag in foul territory. Now back in fair territory, makes the catch in the grass, 2 down. Base is empty for Royds as she is 0 for 1 today. Slider down and away, low, ball 1. Forcing her up, high, 2-0. Change it middle of the plate, lined in the center, base hit for Royds, her first hit today. She's 1 for 2. That'll extend the inning for the pitcher slot. Tolbert, will they pinch hit? No, they won't. First bat of the year for Tolbert. Fastball up, blew by her, 0-1. Curveball down and away. Outside, 1-1. Change it down and in. Line to third softly. Manning there picks it on a hop to first. In time to end the inning. Shutout through 5 for Hokie to the 6th. It is now 12-0. Hokie will lead us off. Then it'll be Winkelson and Diaz. Hokie 1 for 2 today with a single and a sac bunt. Let's see what he does here as he's locked in. Change of hangs. Strike called. 0-1. Chased it in the dirt as it bounces. 0-2. Fastball at the knees. Chopped to first. Easy play for drive on the backhand. 1 down. And Hokie is now hurt. There's our 4th injury. Fuck. What happened? Winkelson 4 for 4 today. Is singled 4 times, driving in 3 runs. Hokie pulled a hammy. He immediately goes down to 2 bars, just like Cardenas did at the end of the first game. So that was a hamstring injury. Great. Well, I'm going to let him start the 6th to try and get the quality start. After that, I'm definitely taking him out. Winkelson, who's on fire, is up next. 4 for 4 today. Change up low. Ball 1. Meter inside. 2-0. Change it low, 3-0. Fastball hangs wide in the left field, but right at Borgner, 2 down. Base is empty for Diaz. Headed to class 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. As that'll do it for Tolbert. Coming out of the bullpen is Alfonso Guns, who was the only reliever to not pitch in Game 1 for the Crocs. Don't know what year Guns is in this league. I think he's in his 3rd or 4th year. He has no record, a 1.42 ERA and a 0.63 whip. 6 appearances. He's given up an earned run. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Batting average against a 143. Facing Diaz with contact for his left-hander now active for Diaz. Curveball down and in, chopped at the middle. Nice diving play by Mustachio. Fires to first, just late infield single. Keeps the inning alive here for the rookie Turtle Soto. Still looking for his first career hit, as he's in for the injured Shoei, playing shortstop. Fastball up from Guns, misses, ball 1. Fastball down the middle, popped up down the right field line, in on it Wanga. He's going to make the easy catch to end the inning. Bottom 6 is still 12-0, as Hokie is now injured, coming out with the injured hamstring. Let's see if he can get the quality start. Wanga, Glenn, and Drive due up. There's Wanga 0 for 2. First pitch curveball down and away. Strike called, 0-1. Four-seamer up and in. Broken back grounder to first. Macias charges it to first. 1 down. That'll bring up Glenn 1 for 2 with a single. Slider hangs. Check swing strike called, 0-1. Change it down and away. Fouled off, 0-2. Four-seamer down and away. Outside, 1-2. Go down and in. Ripped into left field on the line. Mahoney coming in. Gets there to make the catch at his shoestrings. 2 down. Next up is the 0 for 2 Leon Drive. First pitch fastball up and in. Inside. Ball 1. Curveball up and away. Fouled off. 1-1. Change it down and in. Grounded to second right at Diaz. Makes the play to first. 1-2-3 inning for Hokies. He's got a shutout through 6 innings despite the injury. To the 7th, Warrymore, Oliver, and Mahoney due up. There's Warrymore, 2 for 3 today. He's doubled, singled, walked, and driven in a run. Contact for his left-hander active here for him as well. Strike the letters, 0-1. Heater up and in, misses, 1-1. Curveball down and in, line to left center. That's down in the gap. Extra bases for Warrymore. Here we go again. Can he make it 3? Nah, Jackson got to it quickly. It'll be a double. 3rd hit of the game for Warrymore as he's on to start the 7th for the Buzzards. That'll bring up Oliver. Burnout 1 for 3 today with a 2-run double and a sac fly. Curveball down and in, pulled down the left field line. Foul, 0-1. Slider down and in, turned on line to left center, but that hangs up for Borgner. 1 down. Next up, Mahoney, 2 for 4 today. Double, a single, 2 RBIs today for balls. Slider middle in, turned on by Mahoney, hit well to left center field again. Borgner back to the warning track, will make the catch for the 2nd out. Next up, Macias, 2 for 4 today, 2 singles, and he drove in a run last time up. Strike the letters, 0-1. Curveball bounces, 1-1 the count. Fastball outside. 2-1 the count to Macias. Curveball at the knees. Hard grounder to second. Right at Glenn to first. That ends the inning. So the leadoff double is stranded. Bottom 7. It's still 12-0. Jensen, Mustachio, and Borgener do up against Hokie. Hey, if he's pitching well, I'm going to leave him in. Here's Jensen, 1 for 2 with a triple last time at the plate. First pitch slider at the knees. Strike called, 0-1. Four-seamer up and in. Fouled off, 0-2. Came in active for Hokie here. Change it down and away. Check swing outside, 1-2. Curveball down and in. Chopped in front of the plate. Oliver fields it to first. 1 down. Next up, Mustachio, 0 for 2 today, intense. This is fastball down and away. Strike called, 0-1. Slider down and in. Chopped to second. Charging Diaz. He'll make the play to first. 2 down. Hokie's now on fire with a pulled hamstring. Next up is Borkner, 0 for 2. Fastball up and away. Pop, driven to left field, hit well. Mahoney back a few steps in front of the warning track. Makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Hokie. To the 8th, it is still 12-0. Manning, Hokie, and Winkelson do up. Probably not a smart idea to keep letting him bat, but for some reason he's doing well despite the injury. Manning up next, 2 for 4, double single and an RBI today. Slider inside, strike called from Guns, 0-1. Curveball down in the way in the dirt, 1-1. Fastball away, 1 hopper to third, nice pick by Jensen, on to first, 1 down. Hokie do up next. Pulled his hamstring running to first base on a ground out last time up. He's 1 for 3 today with a single. He's also hit a sac bunt, and he's on fire now, despite being injured. Facing the locked-in Guns. Strike inside on the heater, 0-1. Fastball down and in, line to second, right at Glenn, 2 down. Now to bring up Winkelson, 4 for 5 today. Singling 4 times, he's also driven in 3 runs, still locked in. Fastball low, ball 1. Heater high, 2-0. Fastball away, line to center field, base hit for Wink, his 5th hit today. He is now 5 for 6. So that'll keep the inning live with the 2-out single. Guns down to neutral. Winkelson on fire. Diaz do up next, 2 for 4 today with 2 singles and a walk. Still has his contact for his left-hander trade active here. Slider at the knees, chopped in the hole to third. Nice diving play by Jensen. Fires to first in time to end the inning. Bottom 8, it is still 12-0. Jackson, Royds, and Guns do up against Hokie. Leading off the inning is Jackson. He's 0 for 2 today and locked in. Facing the on-fire Hokie here. First was fastball down and away. Fouled off, 0-1. Slider up and in. Turned on and ripped foul, 0-2 the count. Curveball down and in. Chop foul, 0-2 still the count. Change it down and away. Fouled off, still 0-2. Four-seamer up and away. Chased it high, strike 3. 9th punch up for Hokie today. 1 down in the inning, and that'll bring up Royds, 1 for 2 with a single. Fastball down, low, 1-2, 1-0 the count. Slider at the knees, skied to right field, Worrymore over. Now in a few steps, calls for it, and he'll make the catch, 2 down. Next up, the pitcher slot Guns. Will he bat? No, he won't. Pitch hitting is the injured Cardenas, who pulled her hamstring on the final play in the first game of this episode, hitting 176 on the year now, 1 homer, 3 RBIs. She is tense and nursing the injured hamstring. As well as Hokie, so they are injured together. How cute. First pitch curveball down in the way, chopped up the middle, and she'll get a base hit out of it. Look at that. The injured player is playing well. She'll be on to extend the inning, and that'll bring up Awanga, 0 for 3 today. First pitch slider low, check swing in the dirt, 1-0. Fastball down, off the catcher's glove, going for second is Cardenas. She will advance. That was a pass ball there by Oliver. The ball in the dirt, good block, 3-0 the count as RBI that activates for Wanga. Fastball up, strike called, 3-1. Receiver down in the way, strike called, full count. Change up and in. Popped up in front of the plate. Oliver there in foul territory on the first base side. Makes the catch, and that will end the inning. Shutout through 8 for the injured Hokie as closer Case and Mason comes on to shut things down in the 9th. 12-0 the score. Hard lineup up. Soto, Worrymore, and Oliver will face Mason. Rookie Turtle Soto's 0 for 1 with a flyout today. Still looking for his first career hit. Mason on the year, 0-1 in 4 appearances. He's recorded 2 saves. He's given up 2 earned runs for a 3 ERA and a 1 whip. In 6 innings, he's given up 2 walks, 4 hits, and 6 strikeouts. Batting average against 182 on the year. Threw a scoreless 8th inning against us there in the middle of game 1. Fastball up high, ball 1 to Soto. Fastball up, skied to right center field, and that's going to be another fly out as Jackson's there. Soto still hitless in his rookie campaign. 1 down, another bring up Worrymore. 3 for 4 today. 2 doubles, a single, a walk, and an RBI today. Fastball from way outside, ball 1. Fastball put in, skied to right, therefore Wanga. 2 down in the inning. Now to bring up Oliver. Burnout 1 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs today as we're going to pinch hit for him. Coming out the bench, backup catcher Jaden Norris. Hitting .214 on the air. Started game 1 with 2 hits and 5 at-bats. Good ball inside, strike called, 0-1. Mason locked in here. Fastball high, 1-1. Slider inside, 2-1. Fastball at the knees. Norris rips it to the gap left center, but that's going to hang up for Borgner, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the closer. Bottom 9 is still a dozen. Run deficit is Hokie's going for the complete game shutout on an injured hammy. Hard to line up for the Crocs, though. Glenn, Drive, and Jensen. Leading off, Elsa Glenn, second baseman, 1 for 3 today with a single. Norris remains in the game at catcher. Fastball down in the way. Check swing strike, 0-1. Change up at the knees. Fouled off, 0-2. Receiver down and in. Check swing inside, 1-2. Curveball down and in. Grounded her hard at third, right at Manning. He'll make the play to first, 1 down. Next up, Drive, 0 for 3 today, intense. First base change it down in the way. Check swing strike, 0-1. Slider middle in. Strike called, 0-2. Forcing up and away. Fools her and blew it by her. 10th punch out for Hokie. 2 down in the inning. Last out person between him and the shutout is Jensen. 1 for 3 day for the third baseman with a triple. First fastball down and in. Strike called, 0-1. Slider hangs, grounded to short. Soto there to make the play to first. 1-2-3 inning for Hokie, who completes the complete game shutout as we rout the Crocodons in the second game of the doubleheader, 12-0, despite losing shortstop Jameer Shoei to a Achilles injury, and Hokie pulling his hamstring. He said, "You know what, coach, I'm good. I can still go the distance." He injured his hamstring back in the 5th inning. In the top half of the 6th inning while running the bases. He then proceeded to pitch 4 innings on an injured hamstring and still got a shutout, throwing a 4-hitter in the process. This dude built different, yo. He's built different. Everybody in the lineup got a hit today except the pinch hitter Norris as well as Soto, the 2 bench guys. RBIs today, 3 for Winkelson, 1 for Shoei, 1 for Worrymore, 3 for Oliver, 2 for Mahoney, 1 for Macias, and 1 for Manning. The Crocodons hitless today was pretty much everybody except for Glenn, Jensen, Royds, and Cardenas, the pinch hitter. All of them got 1 hit. Hokie complete game shutout, 9 innings, 4 hits given up, 10 strikeouts, another double-digit strikeout performance for him. He improves to 2-1 on the year despite injuring his hamstring. He said, "I got it, coach, don't worry." On the other side, Croc starter Sanchez Silvio gets blown out of the water, 3 2/3 innings, 16 hits, giving up 11 earned runs, 2 walks. She falls to 2-1 in the year, and we avenge our opening day shutout loss from last season against her. Bullpen combines for 5 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 earned run between Tolbert, Guns, and Mason, with 1 strikeout also to Tolbert. Player of the game is Jude Hokie for his complete game shutout performance. Following him is Winkelson with 5 hits at the top of the lineup, all of them singles. He drove in 3 runs, scored twice, and stole a base. And then Worrymore finishes third, 3 for 5 with 2 doubles, a single, an RBI, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Whew, man, blew it out of the water there. Love to see it, and we're gaining on 77th. We are catching you. Let's keep it going. Alright, and with that win, we do sweep the doubleheader. We are now on a 5-game winning streak and now sit at 6-3, sole possession of first place. And we're going to head into a doubleheader next episode as well, so it's going to be another long one for us. Let's look around the league first. Not a lot of moves made. Winkleson gets +7 contact after the 5-hit day. He's now at an 80 in that department. Worrymore loses one arm. That's alright, not horrible. Jose Carloco's picked up by the Wild Pigs. He'll replace Pomducci, the veteran. And Buck Swiner is getting +1 power. He is now maxed out in power, despite not playing in Game 2. He's now our second player to be maxed out in power, behind his compatriot in right field, Worry Less. They're both now at maxed out power. That is awesome. Go ahead and sim up to our next game here. See how the sim breaks down as we're now in sole possession of first place. Sandcats hold off the Hot Corners, win 9-6 in a battle of division leaders. Herbisaurs rally and win in 12 innings, 6-2 over the Moonstars, as they're now on a 2-game winning streak. Wild Pigs win 10 over the Blowfish, 1-0. Nice pitcher's duel there. Platypi hold off the Heaters, win 9-4 as they take the division lead from them. Grapplers blowing the Beewolves out of the water. Almost blow it too, but win 16-9. Nemesis facing the Wideloads. They hold on to win in a pitcher's duel 4-2 as the Wideloads fall to 1-8. They are now officially out of playoff contention with that loss. Nemesis improved to 6-4. They are a half game behind us in second, but for now we hold on to sole possession of first place, taking on the 4th place Jacks next episode in a doubleheader. So that ought to be fun. Surlin 2-7, they are 1 loss away from being eliminated. Moose at 2-6, all 2 losses away from almost being eliminated. So, already one team out, that's the Wideloads. I see them having no mathematical shot of winning considering how well our division is doing this year. So, sayonara, boys. Alrighty, next episode will be the doubleheader against the Jacks. As in the first pitching matchup, it'll be the number 2 pitchers for both teams. Or no, I'm sorry, it's going to be the Jacks ace on the hill, actually. We're going to send our number 2. Paxton Griffith on the hill, sophomore pitcher, got his first career win last time out as part of a complete game shutout over the Platypi, 1-1 with a 4.85 ERA and a 1.62 whip. Let me just check and make sure that was actually right. No, it was against the Grapplers, that's right, I confused those 2 starts. Alright, but anyway, still. And then on the amount for the Jacks, their ace, Beavis Ortiz, 1-0 with a 2.92 ERA and a 1.38 whip. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Setting the lineup here. For next episode, we'll take a peek at that in a second. Let's go ahead and look at player development options. Did that stick around? It did. This is the one I wanted. Let's look at the others. This one for Hokie is going to be a good one. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to afford it, so say bye-bye to that one. Carter Mahoney, this is a dumb one to get RBI dud. For Swiner, this is actually a good upgrade. This is a chance to lose bad jumps, and we may be able to get it. So I'm going to aim to get this one next, because this one is dumb and this one's going to expire, so I'm not worried about that one. So we ignore these 3. This one's not going to be here as well, so ignore those 4. We have our plan. Let's get this one for base first, because he desperately needs this accuracy. This is a big upgrade for him. +1 contact to 9. -4 junk to 61. He gets only the 8 accuracy, but he's now over 50 at 57. And he gets composed. Big roll. He's now got K-Man and composed. And he's a B+. Suck it, game. You can keep injuring my players, but I will keep getting these traits. Alright. Love to see it. And we'll have enough to get this one for Swiner next time out. Yes, yes, yes. Alrighty, here's the lineup for the first game we'll send out next episode. It'll be Wink leading off as shortstop, locked in, taking over for the injured Shoei because he is a utility player. Norris will be in the game at catcher for the tense Oliver. Worrymore will be in center field because Winkleson is playing shortstop. Swiner will be batting 4th in left field. Back in the lineup, batting 5th at second base will be Diaz. Batting 6th is Carter Mahoney. Batting 7th at third base will be Ed Manning. And batting 8th still at first base will be Atticus Macias, with Griffith rounding us out on the hill. Doherty will be back after the first game of the doubleheader because she will be fully healed from her injury, even if she pinch hits. And then we'll just need to wait for Shoei to heal up to get back into the lineup there at shortstop, because That Achilles injury could not have happened at a worse time. Alrighty, that's going to do it for this episode. Massive episode here, guys. It was a long one. We sweep the doubleheader against the Crocodons, winning 5-2 in the first game, and then crushing them 12-0 in the second game. But we do lose starting shortstop Jameer Shoei. He inflames his Achilles. Jude Hokey, our starter in Game 2, also pulls his hamstring, but he manages to stay in the game to throw the complete game shutout despite that. So it was a good effort for him on that part. I don't know if that was the smart idea or not. We didn't aggravate his injury, so I guess it's okay. But still, a little worrying that we've now lost 2 more starters, so that's our 4 injuries now on the year for us. Still, we're in sole possession of first place despite all the setbacks. We're at 6-3, and we're going into another doubleheader next time out against the Jacks. Tune in next time to see if we can get the job done. If you made it this deep in the video, guys, thank you so much. Obviously, I appreciate the support as always. Thanks for sticking around for an hour and 40 minutes just listening to me ramble on about a cartoon baseball game. You know, I appreciate that. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit the follow button down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch in the description below. Until next time, everybody, this is the Nasty One, signing off.